Hello, everybody. It's Stacey Bridges, 52.7. Today, let's chat about Dog with Channing Tatum that came out, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I will say I thought it was super fun in a lot of ways. It's based on a true story. We'll get into that in a second. But be aware, as my girlfriend, she took her kids to see it, and she goes, they may not have crossed the line, but they definitely flirted with it. So I definitely encourage you, don't see anything that I'm saying as a recommendation to go see a movie or not see a movie. Do your due diligence. You're responsible for what you see or take your children to see. So definitely go to IMDb and check out the parental content controls, whatever, and just be aware, do your own homework. So yeah, it was pretty good. Story about two veterans. One is a dog, one is a human, who are both really struggling with some trauma and PTSD, and really are not mixing well in society for different reasons. So the gist of it is this guy is wanting a job back in the military. They aren't letting him in, and he kind of has to prove himself. And so they make a deal that if he will take this dog, who's also not, she's going to get put down, is the original plan, because of behavioral issues, because she just can't seem to rehab and get over her trauma. But her human was killed in the war, and so he's got to take her to the funeral to be with the family, and then surrender her to the facility. And so anyways, they're on this road trip together, and it's kind of about them helping each other heal. And so I think the thing that I really came away with from this movie is just, and it's nothing we don't know, but it just never hurts to be reminded of it and to see it play out again, and to have that kind of grace for people. But just remember that people are doing, for the most part, people are doing the best that they can with what they have. And so he and that dog were not bad people, but they are dealing with a lot. And so she seemed mean and aggressive, and I think it's very easy to judge people and be like, I can't believe that person just bit my head off, literally or figuratively as it may be with the dog or the human. But then it's very easy to judge that and to go, oh my gosh, she's crazy. But he knew her before and knew that she had been an amazing dog. And so it's like, what happened to you, right? And so he was able to give her grace. He kind of understood, and she gave him a purpose and a reason for, what a sneeze. She gave him kind of a purpose, and then they helped each other heal, and they bonded. But I think it's so easy to judge people's actions, and I know people say don't judge. I think we're very clearly supposed to judge people's actions as good or bad, right or wrong, because we have a standard and we can say if it meets the standard or not, right? However, we cannot judge the motives or why. And if, we see that these two people were trying to be good and healthy, but they were just battling so much internally. And as they got healthier, they became better people. And so there's that grace to say, I don't understand what you've been through. I don't know why you do the things you do. I don't have to agree with what you do, but I can give you grace for why you do it, and try to help heal those broken parts, and know that a healthier person will act healthy. It's amazing, right? So I just think it was a good reminder to give grace to the people around us, and to try to get to that deeper reason. Like, why would someone do that? If this person has normally, maybe it's someone who suddenly is acting different. Maybe you didn't know them, but again, what would make someone act that way? There's a wound, there's something, because that's not probably who they were created to be as a child. Every child comes in with hopes and dreams for their life, and then things get derailed because of pain. And so I think, I'm not going to berate the point, but just to keep remembering that people are carrying so much inside that we don't see, and to pray into that, to have grace, to believe that there is hope for people on the other side of their pain, and to be willing to journey with them until they get there, to be willing to be that friend, to not give up on each other. I mean, he and that dog, he needs something on the other side of this commitment. So as much as he would kind of like to walk away from that dog, he's committed. So they end up going through a lot. But that when you force yourself to be in community with somebody and to not give up on them, and you're willing to go the distance, it's so easy to bail when it's hard. But when you are committed to go all the way, that's when transformation starts to happen, because you're in there long enough to get to the deeper reasons why, and to learn to trust and to break down some of those walls. So that commitment that he had to get there, it was through that commitment that they both found the healing. And honestly, if he hadn't been forced to do it, he never would have fought for her in that way. But when he got to know her and understand her, he started seeing the good in the dog as much as he saw the bad behavior, but he also saw the reasons and the hope on the other side of it, and started to believe that there was health on the other side if he could just get past that point with her. And so it's a really sweet movie about redemption, but it reminds us that I think we need to be in that kind of community and covenant relationship with people, that we don't quit them, that we stay, and that we pray and understand that they are doing the best that they can. And if their behavior is hurtful in some way, there's a reason for it, and to, again, not accept it as good behavior, but to also pray into it, and to give grace for the reasons why, and to, like, what does the Bible say, right? Love hopes all things, believes all things, endures all things, and never fails, and that it believes the best in people, and also that it covers over a multitude of wrongs. So to be willing to smooth over those wrongs, believe that there's good on the other side, that people are doing the best they can, and to be willing to persevere until you get to that place. So it's a sweet movie that's just kind of inspiring us to, I think, love people better and go the distance. So all right, that's what I got.